Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Please welcome our Interim Associate Dean of Police Training and Education, Cindy Hager.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to all of our students, family, and friends. Today, we celebrate the remarkable achievements of our Associate of Applied Science Law Enforcement degree students. This recognition ceremony marks the culmination of intense work, dedication, and their unwavering commitment to the law enforcement profession. These past 2 years, they have dedicated themselves to developing the critical thinking and hands-on skills needed to be effective peace officers. So I have a little message for our students. You have demonstrated exceptional perseverance and resilience throughout your journey here. You have not only acquired the knowledge and skills necessary to serve and protect our communities, but you have also embodied the values of integrity, honor, and courage. It has been a privilege for me, our director, our faculty, and staff to witness your commitment to continuously improve your knowledge and skills in this profession. Your dedication to upholding the law and ensuring the safety of the people in the communities you will serve is truly commendable. So as you step into your roles as officers, remember that you are not just enforcers of the law, but keepers of peace. The challenges you will face are significant, but so are the opportunities to make a positive impact on the lives of those you serve. Your commitment to fairness, empathy, and professionalism will be the foundation of your success. And a little message to our family and friends here as well. Thank you for your unwavering support. Your encouragement, understanding, and sacrifices have played a critical role in helping your candidate reach this milestone. Today, we also celebrate all of you. Your love, dedication have made this achievement possible, so thank you for standing by your candidate. Now, let's continue on with the rest of our celebration.
Good morning and welcome. Today, as we recognize the accomplishments of the students, I want to say congratulations and thank you for wanting to be the next protectors of our communities. Remember, you are never alone. Every officer that has come before you will be there for you in your time of need. Our first presenter today is a 1986 skills graduate of the Alexandria Technical College Law Enforcement Program. He started his career as a patrol officer with the Maple Grove Police Department, where he attained the rank of supervisor. He was offered a position as a chief of police for the city of Mora, Minnesota, and moved on to become the chief of police for the city of Brainerd, Minnesota. He continued to advance in his career, serving as Vice President of Public Safety for the Port of San Diego, and holding his last post as Superintendent of the Nebraska State Patrol, before recently retiring with 39 years of service. Please help me in welcoming retired Colonel John Bulldog.
Thank you. Thank you, Andy. After spending 39 years in law enforcement, usually when I address a crowd, they're not this friendly. So let's hear it for Section 2 over here, the best, right? How many Bemidji State graduates are in the audience here today? Raise your hand, be proud. I can't be the only one. Okay. Well, there's hope for the future. I really do appreciate the invitation to come and address the graduates and the honorees. Now, I remember sitting in these chairs 39 years ago at about this time of day thinking, let's get this thing over with. So you're probably not going to remember too much of what's said today, but I'm hoping that I can give you a little practical advice that might be useful as you embark on your careers as a public servant. And let's remember that that title, public servant, really embodies what it means to be a law enforcement officer. You have decided that you are going to enter into a career that's challenging, but one that's really about others, putting others above yourself. You're going to sacrifice comfort. You're going to sacrifice a normal schedule, whatever that is. You're going to sacrifice time away from family and hobbies and things that may be meaningful to you, all for the sake of others. This is a noble profession. You are entering into a noble calling. You've been working the last several months and even years to prepare yourselves for this opportunity. Now, at the risk of frightening off some of your family members, let me tell you what you're about to embark on. You're going to have a rewarding but challenging career. You're going to have to rely on your training, the things that you've been prepared for up until this time. You're going to be challenged the first time that you're confronted with a dangerous adversary who wants to do you harm. Now, we have to balance this with the fact that not everybody out there is that person. Most of the time, you're going to deal with people who need your help. And they have called and they've summoned you for that help. You're going to deal with people in their worst circumstances of their life. You're going to have a front row seat to life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. What's going to help you persevere through that is two things: preparation and leadership. Preparation. You have been prepared for your coming career through your education here at Alex Tech. First, you had to demonstrate that you have the character necessary to become a public servant. Then you embarked on this journey of preparation, which, by the way, that never stops. Preparation comes in the form of physical training. You've learned the skills necessary to become a law enforcement officer. Those skills will be put to the test, because remember those good, bad, and ugly characters that you're going to run into. Those skills will be put to the test. Preparation means being there when someone calls you at that, like I said, that worst moment in their lives, right? Preparation also means relying on your support systems that you are building right now. I mean, look at the folks who've come here to help celebrate with you today. They're part of your support system. Your family, your friends. That support system is going to be necessary. When I graduated in 1986 and embarked on my first job in law enforcement, nobody prepared me for the fact that I was going to have to deal with the death of a child literally in my arms at 22 years of age. We didn't have the health and wellness focus that we do today. Thankfully, you have support systems around you with peer support, chaplain programs, counseling, the things that we missed out on 39 years ago that were not common. It's important to have that support system around you because you're going to deal with those things. That's just the reality of the job. That's part of that sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice some of your well-being for the sake of others. Have friends and support systems that are outside of your circle in law enforcement. You've probably read the book, Emotional Survival for Law Enforcement by Dr. Kevin Gilmartin. If you haven't, get it and read it. He talks a lot about how to be resilient and how to overcome those challenges that you will certainly face, right? So if you surround yourself with only other law enforcement officers, you get into that 24/7 cop, cop, cop mentality. You work all the overtime that you can. You surround yourself with other cops. And then you begin talking to people who are not cops, and they start saying, you're a little crazy right now, right? So the people I surrounded myself with were friends from church. My buddy Todd worked in a factory. My buddy Dean was an IT professional. We'd go fishing. We'd go hunting. We'd hang out. We'd play on the same softball team. Those guys could tell me when I was talking crazy because I was surrounded with things at work that were challenging, and they were able to challenge me to say, that's not how normal people think. Surround yourself with those people. Now, having friends in the business, very important, very essential. But don't neglect that. Surround yourself with people outside of that circle. Preparation. Show up on time in the right uniform with the right mindset every single day. You're going to have a cadre of people around you, but you are ultimately responsible for your equipment, your preparation, and your mindset. You can't mail that in after 2 years or 5 years or 30 years. You have to be prepared every single day. What's happened with you in this program is preparation, but that doesn't stop. Physical fitness. You should be, arguably, if Andy and friends have done their job, in the best shape of your lives. Don't let that slide. Because every year, the people that you're pursuing get a year older. No, they stay the same. You get a year older, maybe put on a pound or two, right? And so 10 years from now, your adversaries are still going to be 16 to 26 years old. They can run like a rabbit, bite like a crocodile, and fight like an MFA fighter, okay? So again, that's not everybody, but that preparation, stay in shape. It's much easier to stay in shape than to get in shape and get out of shape. That's preparation. Leadership. When you show up at the scene, people are looking for leadership. Now you might say, well, that's for the sergeant, or that's for the chief, or that's for somebody else. No, when someone calls you for help, you show up, you're the leader that they're expecting. Be that leader. Take charge, solve the problem, remain calm, because you might be that voice and that face of calm in the chaos that somebody is experiencing. The average law-abiding citizen will deal with a law enforcement officer 6 times in their lives. That will be memorable. Make it memorable by your service, by your compassion, and by your leadership. That's what being a public servant is all about. So I would leave you with this. I've had the privilege, the great privilege, of serving in 5 communities and in 3 different states. I often get asked, what's the difference between being a law enforcement officer in Minnesota or California or Nebraska? There's no difference. Only the environment is different. The weather in San Diego is much better than here. But the people are the same, the problems are the same, the challenges are the same. I could take any one of you with your preparation here from Alex Tech and put you in downtown San Diego, and you'd be fine. I don't think I could take an officer from San Diego and put him in the middle of a cornfield in Nebraska or Minnesota and say, go do law enforcement there. They would get lost. You are prepared. Be that leader that you've trained to be. God bless you in your mission to serve others. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir, for speaking with our class today. Our next presenter served 30 years with the Minneapolis Police Department, starting out as a patrol officer and attaining the rank of commander of the department's patrol division, SWAT team, K-9 teams, and investigations. He is currently the pre-service standards coordinator for the Minnesota Peace Officers Standards and Training Board, overseeing the 29 certified colleges and universities in the state of Minnesota who train our future police officers. Please help me in welcoming Mr. Rob Scoro.
Thanks, Andy. Well, good morning, and first off, congratulations. This is a big step. Can everybody hear me? Here. We have a lot of folks that don't make it through the program either by eligibility or they don't follow through with the course of training. So you should all be very proud of the fact you're here today, so congratulations. How did you get here first? I'm sure you all put in some thought to a law enforcement career, probably talked to family and friends, and gave that a lot of thought. It's not the most popular career choice these days, so it's something to think about. And then you found your way to Alex Tech, which is a great place to be. Alex has been one of the foundation, one of the legs of the table for the pre-service program for, gosh, ever since, well, before Post was here, probably the mid-'70s, I suppose. So you have a great track record of high standards and a lot of Alex alums out there working throughout the state. And Alex has had a reputation of super high standards when it comes to fitness, practical training, and the overall program. So you're in an elite group. But you didn't just walk in the door when you got to Alex. You were faced with some screening tools when you got here, and you had to take a psych screen, a medical, criminal history check. You had sit down, hopefully with the coordinator, to talk about the career ahead of you and what the realities are. And then you get to the academic phase, and you realize that, oh, there's an awful lot to know here. And that's not easy either. There's a lot of rote memorization of statute, case law, and a lot of the foundational concepts that you're really going to have to know when you get out there on the street, and it's important stuff. And what I think is interesting is when you move on to the psychomotor skills, or as we call it, the skills training. And what's fascinating about that, I think, is that a lot of what you learn there, as John touched on a little bit, runs counter to human instinct. I mean, who is taught at a young age to run to gunfire or danger? You're not. And so you have a highly qualified staff, cadre of instructors with a lot of experience. Josh, I worked with at Minneapolis, and he was a phenomenal trainer with the department and highly skilled SWAT officer. But those are the folks that are giving you the nuts and bolts to get through the active shooter response, felony stops, dealing with violent criminals. And that stuff happens. It's not every day, but it is a reality in this career. And so you get done with skills, and then you find yourself sitting here today. And this is a big step because it's an exciting day. You're really at the starting line of your careers. And I know that most of you probably have already had contacts with departments, and you're all set to go. Some of you are going to be out looking, but this is a really good time to be looking for jobs. Back 20, 30 years ago, I can tell you that it was not an applicant's market. A lot of the people I graduated with either went out of state to find jobs or maybe switched careers because there just weren't many jobs. I remember looking, they had this old peace officer opportunity line you'd call up before the computer age. And you'd have to call and find out how many openings there were around the state. Sometimes there were none. And I remember calling once, and there was an opening in a small town in the North Shore of Lake Superior. And I thought, well, that might be a good place to start. And I called up there and I asked, I wanted to find out about the job. And I talked to the city clerk, and she said, well, the job is, with your 80-hour pay period, 40 of those hours is in the municipal liquor store. And then the other 40 is on patrol. And I thought, it kind of raises some interesting dilemmas. And I passed on that, moved on, but it was tight. Today you have tons of jobs out there. I looked the other day and there were 140 agencies hiring, and of those, they have multiple openings. And so there are a lot of, the pay is better, the benefits are better, policing is evolved, and so this is a great time. But as you go out there and look for those jobs, you're set with another screening process, and you have, this time, a full background investigation. You have full medical rounds of interviews, psychological exams, all this all over again. And then you get to the point, maybe you get hired at this agency, and then you have sometimes a whole nother academy to go through, and then you have field training that goes on for several months. And so there's an awful lot to it. But you get to the point where you ask yourself, what is this all about? You know, why are there so many hurdles in this process? And the short answer, and I think you probably know this, society has super high expectations for cops. And when I say cops, I mean police, sheriff, state patrol, BCA, DNR, everybody. And peace officer is another sort of general term you hear too. But the two things that go along with the high expectations are, one, competence. And coming from a school like Alex, you have the nuts and bolts to get out there and start your work. And what you're going to be doing is gaining experience and knowledge with those you work with, and also continuing it and all that. It all, you know, creates that growth. But the other big piece that goes along with the high expectations is that officer going to be able to hold and maintain the public trust. And you've heard public trust, but that's a super important aspect of policing. And I think the foundation of everything you're going to end up doing out there, because that's the support, the cooperation, collaboration, all those things your community works with you on. And those things are earned by, you know, making good decisions, doing things the right way for the right reasons, and that's really important. And when you get out there and maybe you're making your first traffic stop and you walk up to the car and that driver sees a uniform and a badge, they're going to be thinking, you know, they don't know anything about you. A lot of times you don't even know what agency you're from, but they're going to know that, oh, this is a professional. This is someone that's for justice and all these other noble qualities that go along with cops. And so how was that earned? Well, you have generations of professional peace officers that have worked before you and those serving today that have earned that. And yes, there are nicks in that along the way. We're human beings and that happens. But for the most part, you know, this is and has been and will be a noble profession. And so I challenge you as you go out there and get started in your careers to keep that in mind. And as you turn your positions over in 25, 30 years to that next generation, have that public trust, that image of policing, the noble qualities of this profession to pass on to the next. So with that, I wish you all the best and enjoy your exciting day today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Scorrell. Our final presenter today has served on the Minnesota State Colleges and Universities Board of Trustees since 2012. She has a background in public affairs and communication, and also served as president of the Minneapolis Community and Technical College Foundation. Currently, she serves as the vice chairman of the Minnesota State Board of Trustees, having been reappointed to the board by Governor Mark Dayton in 2018. Please help me in welcoming Vice Chairman Don Erlinson.
Good morning, everyone. I knew I was in the right place. I followed the holsters in and the guns. Congratulations. The Board of Trustees, on behalf of the whole state of our colleges and universities, are very proud of you. We conducted a listening tour last fall with community leaders around the state, and the number one thing we heard was we need more law enforcement graduates. So thank you for your commitment to this important calling. And I want to share a little story. The president reminded me to be brief. I don't have the expertise of the prior speakers, but I know what you are doing requires enormous courage and patience and being able to read people quickly. My son will graduate next week as well, so I'm here sharing the feelings that your parents and loved ones have. He lives his college is in a small rural community in Maine. And I read in the paper about a year ago about an 80-year-old woman. They don't lock their doors in Maine typically. It's probably a lot like Alexandria. And she woke up to a teenage boy standing over her bed with a knife saying, "I'm going to cut you." And she decided that if he was going to cut her, she was going to kick him, so she put her sneakers on. And I don't know exactly what ensued, but she ended up figuring out he was hungry, so she brought him to the kitchen and fed him a snack. And then she called one of you. And I hope that the help he needed, I don't know what was wrong with him or what caused him to do that, but between that woman and someone like you that showed up to her home, got that young man help so he could get on the right path and not on the wrong path. And we ask a lot of you in our communities. I live in Minneapolis. When I moved there in 1998, we had a man standing over our bed in the middle of the night, and this is a common theme here. He was going in and out thinking about going to the jewelry box or whatever, which is usually at the dresser. Thankfully he didn't, and my husband called the police, and that's when I woke up, and they showed up quite quickly. And so for the rest of us who aren't in law enforcement, we thank you for protecting us, for helping our communities be safe and secure. And I'll see you later at the full commencement ceremony. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Good morning. It is our honor to present a series of awards today, recognizing a few individuals whose time, talent, and dedication have truly stood out. While many students in this program have demonstrated strong discipline and commitment, today we are recognizing a select group who took a visible role, one that demanded consistency, reliability, and a willingness to be held to a higher standard among their peers. The first group we're going to recognize are troop commanders, and troop commanders as I call your name, if you could make your way to the podium, please. From Section A, Taylor Storrs. Section B, Joe Needham. Section C, Camden Tearaway. And last but not least, Section D, Natalie Casas. These students were not just randomly chosen, they were selected by faculty and staff by several key qualities during their first year of education and training. Consistent attendance, effort in the classroom, demonstrated ability that reflects our professional grooming standards, willingness to volunteer, and a kind of approachability that makes for an effective representative for our program during campus tours and events. Troop commanders reported for duty every Wednesday morning, and most recently Tuesday morning at 6:30 to conduct uniform inspections for first-year students. They individually put in more than 33 hours in inspections alone, not counting or helping with various college-related activities along the way. They've been reliable, visible leaders, and have made a huge difference. Troop commanders, thank you for showing up. Thank you for setting the tone and contributing to the professionalism of this program. Thank you. Our next award goes to the top shot in firearms. This recognition is awarded to an individual with the highest original qualification score, so no repeats, no do-overs, just raw scores from their initial performance. This year's highest score was an impressive 98.8%. Earned through focus, control, and a clear understanding of fundamentals. This individual demonstrated both skill and consistency under pressure, qualities that matter just as much in the range as they do in the field. So please help me in congratulating this year's 24-25 top shot from Section C, Lucas Kritzek. Last but certainly not least is our top physical fitness award. This award recognizes not only physical ability, but devotion, consistency, and personal commitment to fitness and wellness throughout the program. Earning this distinction takes more than talent. It requires showing up, pushing through, and holding oneself to a high standard day after day. From Section B, with a 97.7%, ironically or not so ironically, this award goes to Joe Needham. Congrats, graduates.
Okay, we would like to take a moment to deviate from the program a minute, because as we're handing out awards, we feel it is terribly important to honor those that have served so willingly in so many different ways to our program. This year, we have 2 longtime faculty members who are retiring, and so we would like to take this moment to honor them. Now, it's not in the program because they didn't want us to do this. But we're going to do it anyway. So they are very humble, and we just believe that it's important to honor those that dedicate themselves to our students every day. So first I'd like to ask Tom to come forward, please. I'm so sorry. You can come over here.
Yes.
You can yell at me later.
Okay.
Okay. So Tom Larson retired this semester after 13 years of service. So beyond his teaching duties, he played a vital role in guiding our student-led law enforcement club. And he also spearheaded our memorial project. It's the project that you see both on the outside and the inside of our building. And that does serve as a powerful tribute to those who have served in this profession. And thanks to his efforts, we also now have a fully implemented armored radio system. He really did take the lead in spearheading that. This system enhances the safety and communication capabilities within our program here and allows us to work collaboratively with agencies throughout the area. So, Tom, we want to thank you for all that you have done for the program, and we will sincerely miss you. Next, I'd like to ask Scott Stump to come forward, please. All right. So, after 19 years of service, Scott will retire this July. Students can attest to the hard work and dedication that he puts into the program every single day. He's worked closely with our high school partners. He has mentored students with aspirations in this career. He's also served as our range safety officer for community organized gun leagues. And like Tom, Scott was a guiding force of our student-led law enforcement club. He's helped students grow in confidence and capability, right? And he has forged a lot of strong relationships with the program. We appreciate everything that you have done for the program and for our students. So thank you, Scott. Needless to say, these two are a testimony to how our faculty go above and beyond working with our students in the classroom. So our program builds and mentors students, but it also strengthens our communities. So we sincerely appreciate everything that all our faculty members do every day, inside and outside the classroom.
I know I speak for Tom when I say thank you very much for that. We have, I think we've both been honored and blessed to serve this college and serve the students, so thank you. We'll now have the presentation of certificates. Section A. Jalen Denson. Aaron Doka. Grace Fay. Andrew Genelin. Caitlin Goots. Matthew Host. Ethan Hootsma. Courtney Krejci. Cameron Koondert. David Mayetta. Teague Monroe. Cullen Poole. Connor Ripa. Matthew Schmidt. Taylor Stores. Tyler Wood. Section B. Aaron Block. Lara Bolduc. Ryan Brinkhouse. Zachary Furman. Jordan Fridgen. Nolan Gustafson. Levi Hansen. Alan Jager. Lucas Johnson. Hunter Kruger. Josh Mogard. Joe Needham. Mecca Nightingale. Braden Rolfson. Samuel Smith. Stephen Stangvik. Connor Stein. Section C. Connor Adams. Braylon Boudin. Bryce Callahan. Austin Darwin. Logan Haran. Carly Hiltner. Tristan Knopf. Lucas Kritzik. Sam Larson. Matthew Lindstrom. Samuel Mummy. Joseph Reek. Eli Revering. Camden Turway. Isaac Tice. Brock Wakefield. Section D. Colton Beck. Dylan Book. Kyle Byers. Natalie Casas. Carter Erickson. Bryce Helke. Tanique Ingram. Cody Lands. Carly Lutz. Hunter Nathy. Marco Ramos. Stephen Roos. Braden Snell. Connor Thompson. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 graduating class from the Police Training and Education.
As we celebrate this significant milestone for our graduates, I also want to acknowledge that this is National Police Week. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy signed a proclamation designating May 15th as National Peace Officer Memorial Day and the week in which it falls as National Police Week. This week is a time to honor the dedication and sacrifice of all law enforcement officers, past and present, and to express our sincere gratitude for their commitment to keeping our communities safe. I would like to ask that all former and current officers to please stand. Thank you for your service. I would now like to take a moment of silence and show a video to honor all officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty, especially the officers who graduated from our law enforcement program.
Okay, in closing, we would like to say that each and every one of us in this room is immensely proud of you and your accomplishments. Your achievements today are a testament to your hard work and the support of everyone in this room. As you start this new chapter, we hope that you carry with you the lessons learned, the foundation you built, and the bonds that you built with others here. Congratulations, graduates. May your career be filled with honor and bravery and the unwavering pursuit of justice. Thank you.
Graduates, please stand. Group, attention.